Speaking of transitions, cringe, cringe. YouTube is trying a new 1080p premium feature. So this is this is something YouTube's been experimenting with 4K at the moment, anyways. And if you've noticed before, and especially in the mobile app, you don't get actual resolutions to choose from. You get higher data, medium and low, basically, and that doesn't. I guess those modes seem like they changed both resolution and bitrate, but all this is doing is they want to basically charge for a higher bitrate 1080p, which pretty much affects clarity and depth in picture. Currently, that's like 4K video. I think the truth really is most people are watching on phones or laptops or monitors, not big screens, and so 4K is not necessary. So a 1080p with a higher bit rate makes sense to an extent. The only interesting thing is with it being a premium feature on YouTube, that typically means they're going to charge for it. What I've seen from posts from other people is it really necessary to charge for it? Like, are people going to be willing to pay for that, or is regular 1080p going to be enough? Because I think if YouTube removes arguably the most valuable part of their platform, which is the quality for free, then you're going to start running into some issues as a platform. Not that there's any competitors, so, YouTube, do you. So discussion questions by ChatGPT. How important is video quality to YouTube viewers? Like I said, for most people, I think majority on the platform, I'm going to look this up, but I think it's like 480p is what most people watch YouTube at. Watch YouTube at. It's 40% watch on mobile. Let me see if I can find resolution here. To most YouTubers, the best resolution is 1080p, blah, blah, blah. I would guess. So this seems to think it's 720p. Now, as somebody who is into cameras, into stuff like that, one of the things I have noticed on YouTube is that if you click on 4K versus 1080p, it's a bitrate difference that makes the difference, and it's not much. So if you were to lower it to 1080p, I don't know if it really matters. If you just keep the bitrate up, you probably have this pretty much the same looking image, and that's even using a 4K display. So video quality to most YouTube viewers, I don't think matters. I mean, there's certain categories where it's going to, where you have photographers and like people that focus on video and like video work. Those people are obviously going to need the higher quality and stuff like that to show off what they're doing and, details and things. But for most things on YouTube, whether it's, even gaming to an extent, once you're at 1080p, even 720p for a lot of videos, you don't really need more, especially for a mobile phone. I just don't think video quality is as important as people would think it would be. For our second question, we just have, what other ways could YouTube improve its content offerings? I would have to say that this is kind of a rough one. It's hard to say how or what they could do, just because it's such a big platform operating in so many areas, and they do a lot really well. There's a reason everybody on every platform moves to YouTube after a while. It's the only place you can really make things happen. So, the only ways I could think they could is, again, here's an idea, and this is something I've actually wanted for a little while. I want to be able to set, based on the type of device I'm on, because they know what I'm watching on, if it's a phone, a laptop, a TV, whatever. I want to be able to set resolution per device. That'd be great. And then I guess the big thing and everyone talks about is just spam in the comments. I would love to go into YouTube comments here and there and like interact, but as of right now, I maybe read the top comment and then I'm like, all right, if I go any deeper, what am I really going to find here that's worth it? And yeah. And the third thing here is just, should YouTube charge for higher quality video streaming or include it? I think that 1080p is probably something they need to include for free. 1080p higher bitrate maybe charge for. I think right now it's going to be hard to talk people into 4K. Like I said, there's only kind of a few genres where it makes sense for them to even charge for that. So I don't know. It's hard to say. For stuff like that, it doesn't make sense. And then you kind of end up with the Twitter thing of like charging for Twitter Blue and all that, and it's hard to get people to pay for a service they're used to having for free. I think YouTube Premium does a great job of removing ads, and that's what makes it worth it. But other than that, I don't know. It just doesn't. It's hard to charge for something that people haven't paid for before. That said, YouTube's in the unique spot of being the only video platform, basically. And you have other ones out there, but none that are like YouTube.